So this video is going to cover using adjectives. Distinguish between present participle and past participle used as adjectives. Both present and past participles may be used as adjectives. The present participle always ends in ing, Past participles usually end in ed, den, and n. Present participles: confusion, confusing, speaking, boring. Past participles: confused, spoken, bored. Like all other adjectives, participles can come before nouns. They also can follow linking verbs, in which they describe the subject of the sentence. Use a present participle to describe a person or thing, causing or stimulating an experience. The boring lecture put us to sleep. In other words, the lecture caused boredom. Use a past participle to describe a person or thing undergoing an experience. The audience was bored. The audience experienced boredom. Participles that describe emotions or mental states often cause the most confusion. Annoying, annoyed, boring, bored, confusing, confused, depressing, depressed, exciting, excited, exhausting, exhausted, fascinating, fascinated, frightening, frightened, satisfying, satisfied, surprising, surprised. Place cumulative adjectives in an appropriate order. Adjectives usually come before the nouns they modify and may also come after linking verbs. Janine wore a new necklace. Janine's necklace was new. Cumulative adjectives are adjectives that build on one another, cannot be joined by the word and are not separated by commas. These adjectives must be listed in a particular order. If you use cumulative adjectives before a noun, see the following chart. The chart is only a guide. Don't be surprised if you encounter exceptions. Order of cumulative adjectives. Article: a, an, the, are. Joe's, too, many, some. Evaluative word: attractive, dedicated, delicious, ugly, disgusting. Size: large, enormous, small, little. Length or shape: long, short, round, square. Age: new, old, young, antique. Color: yellow, blue, crimson. Nationality: French, Peruvian, Vietnamese. Religion: Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Muslim. Material: silver, walnut, wool, marble. Noun, adjective: tree, kitchen, as in kitchen table. The noun modified: house, coat, bicycle, bread, woman, join. Coin: my large blue wool coat is in the attic. Prepositions and idiomatic expressions. Become familiar with prepositions that show time and place. The most frequently used prepositions in English are at, by, for, from, in, of, on, to, and with. Prepositions can be difficult to master because the differences among them are subtle and idiomatic. The chart below is limited to 3 troublesome prepositions that show time and place: at, on, and in. Not every possible use is listed in the chart, so don't be surprised when you encounter exceptions and idiomatic uses that you must learn one at a time. For example, in English, a person rides in a car, but on a bus, plane, train, or subway. My first class starts at 8 a.m. The farmers go to market on Wednesday. At, on, and in to show time and place. At a specific time. At 7:20, at dawn, at dinner. On a specific day or time. On Tuesday, on June 4th. In a part of a 24-hour period. In the afternoon, in the daytime, but at night. In a year or month. In 2008, in July. In a period of time, finished in 3 hours. Showing place, at a meeting, place or location, at home, at the club, at the edge of something, sitting at the desk, at the corner of something, turning at the intersection, at a target, throwing the snowball at Lucy, on a surface, placed on the table, on a street, the house on Spring Street, on an electronic medium, on television, in an enclosed space, in the garage, in an envelope, in a geographic location, in San Diego, in Texas, in a print medium, in a book, in a magazine. Use nouns, including in forms, after prepositions. In a prepositional phrase, use a noun, not a verb, after the preposition. Sometimes the noun will be a gerund, the ing verb form that functions as a noun. Our student government is good at saving money. Distinguish between the preposition to and the infinitive marker to. If to is a preposition, it should be followed by a noun or a gerund. We are dedicated to helping the poor. If to is an infinitive marker, it should be followed by the base form of the verb. We want to help the poor. To test whether to is a preposition or an infinitive marker, insert a word you know is a noun after the word to. If the noun makes sense in that position, to is a preposition. If the noun does not make sense after to, then to is an infinitive marker. Zoe is addicted to. They are planning to. In the first sentence, a noun such as magazine makes sense, so to is a preposition, in as Zoe is addicted to magazines. Zoe is addicted to running. In the second sentence, a noun such as magazines does not make sense after to, so to is an infinitive marker and must be followed by the base form of the verb. They are planning to build a new school. Some adjectives appear only with certain prepositions. These expressions are idiomatic and may be different from the combinations used in your native language. Paul is married to John. Check an ESL dictionary for combinations that are not listed in the chart below. Accustomed to, addicted to, afraid of, angry with, ashamed of, aware of, committed to, concerned about, concerned with, connected to, covered with, dedicated to, devoted to, different from, engaged in, engaged to, excited about, familiar with, full of, guilty of, interested in, involved with, known as, known for, made of, made from, married to, opposed to, preferable to, proud of, responsible for, satisfied with, scared of, similar to, tired of, worried about. Become familiar with common verb plus preposition combinations. Many verbs and prepositions appear together in idiomatic phrases. Pay special attention to the combinations that are different from the combinations used in your language. Your success depends on your effort. Verb plus preposition combinations. Agree with, apply to, approve of, arrive at, arrive in, ask for, believe in, belong to, care about, care for, compare to, compare with, concentrate on, consist of, count on, decide on, depend on, differ from, disagree with, dream about, dream of, feel like, forget about, happen to, hope for, insist on, listen to, participate in, rely on, reply to, respond to, result in, search for, stare at, succeed in, take advantage of, take care of, think about, think of, wait for, wait on. And that's it for this video in which I talked about prepositions and adjectives. So if you have any questions about this video, about prepositions and adjectives, feel free to email me at any time. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Professor H Writing channel.